Hey, welcome to the first episode of the Two Frogs and a Microphone. I'm one of your hosts, Lee Nailon,
And I'm Alex Robinson.
and this is the first episode, and we'll be talking to couple former TCU guys that played back in 96, 97, 98 season, along with my first year at TCU 97, 98.
But I got a question for y'all. So I'm looking at y'all's team. Y'all had 3 people scoring 19 plus points. How is that possible?
That's possible because everybody got to be on the same page. Like we played, whoever had the mismatch, we going to it. Whoever had the hot hand, we feeding. That's how Mike had 51. That's how Lee had 53. You know what I'm saying? We all had multiple games where we scored 30, 40 points. You know what I'm saying? So the ball was getting shared too good, but we was really locked in on the defense side of the ball. Coach really, that was his thing. He really didn't care what we did on offense. And when you play defense, you play together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I coach like that right now. You know what I'm saying? With my teams that I'm coaching, I coach how we play.
I see that y'all 3 were the top leading scorers, but y'all also averaged above 2 assists each. I mean, 2 steals each. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because in our press we was the the triangle. I was on the ball every time we scored. I was on the ball.
Oh, y'all were 94 feet.
Yeah, the whole game. That's pressing. We trapping. The goal. Yep. The goal was for me to get 3 traps before they get the ball across half. So literally, we was getting 3 or 4 traps, and then we would get a steal lay-in. I'm right back on it. Like it was just.
Oh, y'all was having fun.
Yeah, but his mission was to get more possessions than the other team. That way, all his scorers can get numbers. But if we would have just walked the ball up, ain't no way we scoring 50, 51, 53 points. So he had to speed the game up so that he can make it to where everybody stayed happy. Malcolm was shooting NBA threes back then. Like literally, we coming in transition, one pass, and he coming across half where the TCU at pulling up, nailing it. like literally, it one time. So when we used to come to the games, when you come down in the DMC, when you come down on the court, you had to walk around, like you know how I come to practice and walk around to get to the tunnel, where you walk past the little tables. Man, I swear it was like 40 NBA scouts there. Like literally, we had like 30 scouts at all our games because we was like getting numbers, like putting 150 up a game, 98 and a half. Like that was. Then was real numbers, but again though, practice was way harder than the games. I thought Coach Tubbs was really crazy how we used to practice. Feet was always hot.
If y'all can see the screen, man, y'all got to tell me what y'all think about Zach Cut right here, this fade right here.
Okay, he got a nice little table. Look at him, man. Don't smile too hard. Don't smile too hard in the picture.
So good, you gotta see so good.
Because they're going to know you got a fresh haircut. Tell them don't smile too hard tomorrow in the picture.
Let me know what y'all thinking about that, man. Get this front action right here, Zach.
He need a what's the name, that thing, the scrub thing to make that thing look crazy up top.
He got one?
Yeah, okay. So he in the game then.
Yeah, he in the game. He in the game.
But yeah, so basically, Coach Tubbs really he emphasized defense and literally we was pressing the whole game. He didn't care who we was playing against. It wasn't no nights off. Like it was literally coaches yelling at him talking about like, can you stop pressing? Like, because we was running the score up because Coach Tubbs always told us if we score 100 points by half, we didn't have to practice the whole season. So we was 4 points from actually not practicing the rest of the season.
How much did y'all score that game?
Like, we scored like 100 and we broke a record. I think we broke a record right there.
150 or something. It was like something stupid. We broke a record. I don't know what it was, but it was crazy.
I think it was like 130 something.
Yeah. So Coach Tubbs, we was in great shape though.
The craziest thing about that we're talking about 2 20-minute halves. This not like quarters where you get to, in quarters you can go on runs, but halves, there's no stoppage of play.
Wasn't no 12-minute quarters like the NBA. This was 20, halves.
People don't understand how hard that is.
Yeah, we was in great shape.
If you in college basketball, if you're not hot, it's hard to get adjusted and make the necessary adjustments to start making shots and things like that. Because the game is just continuously going.
Yeah,
there's no all right, end of the quarter. Let me get my mind right. Go in the second quarter. Get some easy looks. There's no stoppage in play.
Yeah.
So if you're not hot,
call timeout.
yeah, you're not hot.
Yeah.
So that's crazy to get. You guys scored 96 and a half.
Yeah, we was mad we didn't get 100.
You gotta think about it. Out of all the years I played basketball, I never really had a big man. So when Lee came to the team, man, that changed my whole dynamic of how I play the game. It changed everything. Hey, I was like, when before Lee came, I was like, man, I gotta go inside and outside. Man, Lee came, I said, Lee, you got it in there. You got that. I said, you got all that in there.
You know what? I stayed down there too, boy. It worked out. There was a perfect marriage between me, him, and Mike. So talk about still to this day, I don't even think no team did it. How we went undefeated in the WAC that season. It was.
That was a special year, man.
Yeah, it was. Like,
hey, actually, when we was playing, I didn't even realize that we was even doing it until we caught wind of it. We was like about 5-6 games out where
right. I was about to say we was about 8-9 games in before we start realizing, like, we like 9-0 in the WAC.
Man, we like, oh, we gotta keep it going, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy season, man. There was a bunch of pros on that team. But to be honest, I would have started Mike at the point, you at the 2, Penny at the 3, me and Dennis. But if D Walk would have stayed, D Walk could have played the 5, man. We would have been solid.
Yeah, I know it. I definitely would have put Mike at the 1 and did it like that. But I ain't know. Coach and Penny didn't get along though.
No, they didn't. But at the same time, Coach got to understand. Like, Penny was back then. Penny was tough, but he wasn't a dog.
No, he wasn't yet though. But he was becoming a dog.
Yeah,
though.
but if he would have started him, he would have jumped off the porch.
He probably would have jumped off the porch. That's why I didn't even really trip with him coming in like this.
But man,
I played with Penny. I played with Penny 1 year after we graduated
in Mexico, right?
Nah, he was playing with the Enid team in Oklahoma in Enid.
Okay.
I made the team down there, and I didn't even know he was on that team.
Wow.
So one of my partners called me and was like, "Man, the semi-pro team from Enid want us to scrimmage them," and so I came up there and played on the team. I only played one half. Man, I hit about 7 threes on them people. Man, I had
trust me, I know.
35 points. I scored 35 points in a half, man. and then they wanted to pick me up. I didn't want to play.
He said, "I just came to play some pickup."
Yeah, that's all I was doing. I was want to show them. You know me, Lee. So I'm trying to show a nigga out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I already know. Yeah, I already trust me. I know.
They think they pros. Y'all ain't pros. I'm gonna go ahead and do y'all. And I'm gonna take a nigga spot right now. You know what I mean? That's how I was on that. And then when I made the team, I see when I came to the court, I seen Penny over there. I was like, oh my God, my guy is here. I was like, oh man. So I had to show out just in case if they might want
just to let them know.
You know what I'm saying? So I ended up being with Penny.
You remember we used to call Penny James Worthy? Man, the man used to come down the lane with the one hand, get out the way, because he dunking it. He was our 6-man crazy. He was pro, had the whole pro game, but he was still on the porch. You know what I'm saying? He was a pit, but he ain't jump off yet.
He wasn't enough of a dog.
And that's why Tuz really was always bumping heads with him, because he seen the potential in him, and he wasn't, like meeting his expectations.
He did. And then also that boy Penny seen Mike's game, he seen my game, and then he seen Lee's game. So Penny kind of picked off all of us.
Yeah, he did, for real. He fit perfectly. Like
he kind of picked off all of us because he didn't even shoot threes before we got there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He seen me waiting
with Kurt too, didn't he?
Yeah, he played with Kurt.
Yeah, he played with Kurt for a year.
That's where he got that rebounding from.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He played everybody. And then blocks. He
Hey,
led us in blocks.
Kurt, Tubbs saved Kurt's career though.
Did he?
He only played for him 1 year. Before that, he wasn't even mentioned.
Wow.
Tubbs' first year there, he led the nation in scoring and rebound. Before
He
that,
sure did.
you
I
never
remember
heard nothing about him.
That's
when we came,
unreal.
when
And
I came on
yes, like
when I
real,
came on
like
the visit.
real talk for real.
That's
When
unreal.
I came on the visit though, that he was, you know what I mean, he was around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, he
I
was
was,
still around working out stuff.
and I was like, man, that nigga that leading the score, that nigga cold right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we you, Coach Tubbs, he always liked them left-handed post guys.
he
Yeah,
showed did. Now that I think about that, man, you sure right.
yeah. You got to go back to OU where you had Wayman
That's what I'm
Tisdale.
saying. He a King too. King was lefty.
Guaranteed. Yep, yep, yep.
You know, King from my hometown.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he from Long.
Wow. I didn't know Stacey King was from Lawton.
Yeah, he from Long. I used to do that again. I was senior high school.
Okay.
I was senior high school, junior. I might have been even a junior. And we used to go on Fort Sill all the time because his parents military. And you know, he Stacey King, 7 foot. But he got a brother named Daryl King, he 6'11".
Wow.
So that's the kind of cats I was playing on Fort Sill with. You know what I'm saying? So like big cats didn't even scare me at all. Because I used to them.
Right. But yeah, Coach Tubbs, he liked them lefties, man. He made
Yeah.
sure he found one, kept one on his roster.
I sure was glad he went down to JUCO and picked you up. I, hey, I was happy.
I was too. I was like, man, I'm about to go down here at TCU. And to be honest, like on the real, like all jokes aside, like we made TCU cool to go there. Like literally, we had cats stand up 12, 1 o'clock. These cats used to see me, like, still to this day, they see me around 4. Like, bro, we used to stay up 12, 1 o'clock to watch y'all play. If we couldn't get, they said you couldn't get no tickets to our games, none of our home games.
Hey, you remember that? You remember, boy, the game was sold out.
Yes, we could. They was giving us problems for tickets. I'm like, man, I can't get to it. They're like, man, Lee.
They wouldn't let the players get tickets?
Yes.
Oh, nah.
Let me tell you this, man. We played against
That
somebody,
was
man.
crazy.
I had 40 people. 40, bro.
Right. But you know what?
I had 40 people to come to the game. I ain't had no tickets.
Okay, see?
The man Jack told me to go up to the thing. He told all 40 of my people to come in. He got them all in the game, bro. I ain't
They
gonna
ain't
even
had
lie.
no tickets, Alex, at all. None. Like, none of our games, all our home games were sold out. The whole hood came, though.
That's crazy.
Everybody. Like, and and we had 3 more thousand seats in there. So just imagine that. They took 3,000 out now to make it look like it's back how it used to be.
But y'all played brand basketball that was fun to watch.
Right.
Like y'all pressing 94 feet.
Yeah.
Like I said, y'all got 3 guys averaging at least 19 points. You was shooting 7 threes a game. Mike was shooting 5 threes a game.
Yes.
Lee averaging 25 and 9. Y'all all averaging above 2 steals a game. Y'all putting on a show.
Yeah. And we had dunk fest. Malcolm's coming from the dots.
If you average
Crazy.
7 threes a game, that you didn't take no less. And I'm sure there's games you took more than 7.
Yeah, it was.
Like literally.
I hit like 10. Remember that game I hit like
Yes,
10?
yes. Like sometimes we get a steal and Malcolm would literally pull up, you know what I'm saying, like fresh off a steal for 3.
But that's fun. Like,
yeah. And then
I want to see that.
Make a miss, you know what I'm saying? We right back in it again. Like he had me relentless. Like Coach Tubbs, when I got there, he had me like I watched him play once because once I knew I was gonna go to TCU, I started watching him a little more, back in the dorms and JUCO, because that's what I did all day in JUCO, was sit in the dorms in the lobby and watch college games and just eat my face alive with it. Like I'm gonna kill everybody when I get there. Like literally just turn into a demon.
Yeah.
For just to play D1, because that's where I come from. Indiana, you play D1 ball like you made it.
Yeah.
Like for me to go D1 was like my dream come true. But then I got with TCU, it was like, man, he really literally turned me into a pro, like to where my mindset was like, turned on all the time. Like all through campus, I'm thinking about who meal I'm gonna eat on the court. Like it was just he had me into a robot. Like I was so thirsty for it. Then I was with him and Mike. Oh my God, they was two dog guards. We was talking shit to everybody on the court. Like we wanted smoke though. Like
So
cats don't want to be.
I was always like, I told everybody, they was always picking on me.
Yeah.
You remember the dude from SMU?
But you always said something slick though when you hit a three or something.
I got the tech in Hawaii on TV. Remember? They take me for talking to the bench over there.
Yeah, you're right. So look, so even though we closed the season out undefeated in the conference, man, once we got to the tournament, we met up against Florida State. Oh my God.
We just had a bad game. That was Mike's worst game.
But Mike didn't stay in the hotel that night. I told him, I said, bro, where you going? Oh, I'm staying home at the crib. I said, why you doing that? You've been standing here the whole season. Oh, I'm going to be good.
See, I didn't know. I knew Mike was going home. We should have never been in the city, though.
Remember we said that? We was like, oh, man. He going home. He probably got cocoa butter rubbed on his feet, all type of stuff. Because he was Hollywood when he came back to that hotel that morning. He didn't even look the same to me.
Mike ain't had no more than 3 turnovers all
like, man, we in trouble.
That man had 8, 9 turnovers, man.
Yeah, like he was literally out of his body. I'm telling you, whatever he did when he went home, mom fed him good, or I don't know what it was, but he came back, looked like a shell of himself.
He had single numbers, man. He had single numbers.
But you know what? That was the first game. So, I ate that one. I took that one in the chin because I fouled out with 5 minutes to go. So, but,
shit, it don't matter. You had 35.
Yeah.
Hey, nah, you got 35. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Mike, Lee, you had 35.
I caught one off the rim of transition. I don't know who missed it. That's how I knew I was on fire. Like, literally, because Coach Tubbs taught me, even though they making it, still chase it down because it might come off. And that's the mentality I have for every shot. So we had transition, you got to steal, and I was the first one out. Man, he went up, missed, and I caught it off the rim, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then Mike, he was hesitating on all his shots.
Yeah, I started
coming to live like when Lee fouled out. Lee fouled out.
Did.
I kind of took over the game.
But Prince took some bad shots, too, that he normally would make, though.
He just wasn't there. It wasn't a good game for us, man. We did not have a good game, bro.
But you know what, though? It was, to be honest, that stage, you see how it was lifted? Like it was like we was on a stage. And that, that can spook some people.
Yeah, I didn't like the gym. I mean, it wasn't good for me. I didn't feel good about it. You know what I mean? After I thought about it all, you know what I mean?
Where were y'all playing?
We was playing at the Marriott. At the Marriott in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Man, we would have played so this is really what ticked me off because after we lost, Bryce Jew hit a game-winning shot. If we would have beat Florida State, we would have matched up against Bryce Jew. Bryce Jew from Indiana.
It was we was in the locker room when he did the shot.
Yeah,
we was in the locker room when he did the shot.
Because I played against him in the high school state championship, and I beat him for the state championship. They was 29-0. So this was a rematch between Valpo, Bryce Jew, and Lee Nailon, South Bend Clay High School. Like that would have, man, I would have went number 1 in the draft. Because I would have went berserk on them.
Nah, that's like a dream come true. You on the biggest stage and you playing against somebody.
To play against Bryce Jew again, man, it was set
full
up for
confidence though. You like, all right,
yeah.
did this. Yeah,
he would have been trembling at the hotel.
Yeah,
like, oh no, I gotta play him again.
He would have had P-Funk on him or Mike.
But that's what I'm saying. I would have had Mike on it. I was like, Mike, don't let him see no air.
That boy P-Funk was benching 300-400, man.
Yeah, he definitely was 94 on you. He gonna
turn in that weight room. That boy was tripping in that right room though. P-Funk was tripping in that weight room.
So who you got this year winning it all? NCAA.
Oh man, I want Zach Edey to win, man.
Why?
because they had a shot last year and he didn't get a chance to get there. And I want him to get a shot, man.
Well, he gotta play out of his mind because them guards, yo, I don't trust them.
Connecticut good too, though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know who.
Yeah, I
I
got
don't know.
Connecticut.
I'm just watching. I'm just gonna be watching on this one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But Iowa State, they holding it down for the Big 12, so that's good, man. That's
That is.
yeah, everybody else went fishing.
Hey, but I will say, we talk about dogs and first thing I think about with dogs in the tournament, man, Houston got some dogs.
Okay. All of them came off the porch early.
And they got some dogs
Early.
over there.
They came, mama said don't come off the porch, they came off.
If they
Hey,
lose,
look at that coach though. Look at that
Houston
coach.
Yeah. They coach he a dog too.
He coach a dog. He a dog, man. The coach is a dog.
And he been doing it. He been doing this for a long time.
Long time. So it's the game real slow for him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He don't play the games, and that's them type of coaches like that. Players really play hard for them.
Yeah, because they see the hard work in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like they like he been through the trenches. Like,
but he one of them coaches that a lot of guys that wouldn't make it in other schools.
You're right. They couldn't play for him.
Nope.
But they respect him. Everybody, it's hard not to respect him.
Yeah, it's like a Rick Pitino.
It don't matter where you from.
When you see Rick Pitino talk, them boys listen, cause he touched millions of hallways and gyms.
Yep, you sure right.
But yeah, man, this is a good one, man. We're gonna have to get back together once we get the other two on there, so we can kind of view everybody's story on the year and what's going on with you guys right now, and moving forward.
It's all good, man. I'm here always for whatever we trying to do, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it too, bro.
All my grades.
Send my love to the wife and tell nephew I said keep working, man. Keep his head down.
I hit him up. Man,
Okay, for sure.
When I get out that school, they don't hit me back.
Yeah, you already know he by himself too, so you already know what he doing. He looking around the corners.
Nigga, I just don't want no bad phone call, nigga. You just take care of business, man.
Yeah, as long as you already instilled that in him, so he gonna do that first.
Yeah, that boy got a scat, man.
We say he burning 35 up.
But that boy got a scat, man. That man donut and everything. That man doing too much with this guy.
Just like his pops, bro. I got TCU.
Shit, dog. We go 85. We go out there.
In the pickup, the white pickup.
Oh, yeah, that's old school. I had to get at the tip. You know what I mean? You push the truck. I got this over here.
Guarantee. All right, man. Love you, man.
All right, same here, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be careful.
All right.
Appreciate you. Ooh, San Diego State. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ladie. TCU.
He done. Ladie, but I'm mad because he's supposed to be on the roster. Him and Lampkin. They're still be in the tournament.
Hey, you have Wells, just got the pre-draft invite. He was our backup point guard last year. Should have been the starting point guard this year. Eddie Lampkin had 21, whatever.
Yeah,
in the second
6
round.
and 5.
Yeah, this year.
5 dimes.
Yeah.
They wasn't doing that at TCU. They used him like a big guard.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of his role at TCU.
Yeah,
he felt like he
I
should
get it,
ball a little bit more. So I get why he left, but I tell you what, Eddie's somebody. He's doing this NIL the right way.
Yeah,
he not. Man, my coach, man. No, he's doing it the right way. Who got the biggest bag for me next year?
I'm gone.
But
I hope he invested, to be
right.
smart, like big fella from NC State. He got vent machines,
right,
with his
hey,
NIL.
Speaking of big fella,
and that's guapi.
The game. Everybody talks about the game changing. Oh, the game isn't played like this,
He forced him to play his style,
and that's exactly my point. When you look at Purdue and you look at big fella,
Ladie,
it's UConn. At the end of the day, if you got a guy like that, You gotta go. He's
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Because it's foreign now. So it's hard. It's funny that it's hard to game plan for 4 out, 1 in than it is 5 out, moving, motion, screening, cutting. If you got one big, if he can pass a little bit, got good vision, man, you almost fried because he close to the basket and he two, 3 dribbles, he jump hooking you, or he just catching diming off the screen on the backside. So I think the teams that got it big, obviously, they still dancing.
It's kind of like, I'm not sure who told me this. It might have been you. But we're talking about how the game has changed. And I said, well, could a guy come in like it's like, would Shaq still have the same impact? And they said the reason that we don't play through nobody like no bigs like that because there ain't no Shaq.
Right.
But if Shaq came into college or the NBA right now, the ball go to him every play.
It's a guy 16 years old, play for Overtime Elite. 16, about 6'10", big boy. 16, he still gonna grow. I swear, man, he remind me of Shaq.
He like that?
Yes, Overtime Elite.
I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he different.
But Shaq was a dog.
Yeah, he was all the way through.
So that. I mean, if you ain't a dog,
it's gonna be hard for you to stick.
It's gonna be hard for you to stick. So I was watching TV the other day, and I honestly don't know who was talking about it, but they thought UConn could beat the Detroit Pistons. That was it.
Well, I posted something like that too. I just asked because I was just fishing, you know what I'm saying? Just because I like when I post stuff on Facebook, IG or something, I like to, to people to get mad and get steamed up. So I was like, you think UConn would, make a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference Finals? And it's like, no way. It literally went crazy. But I was just looking at it as, no, they might not beat them, but the rules in the NBA is way more delicate than college. So my thing is with the pro style of offense, I'm not saying they'll beat them, but it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, I was thinking if they played a team like the Pistons, a young team like that,
yeah,
I think it's gonna end. I mean,
or the Wizards, like.
But the thing is like, man, Kay Cunningham, you got guys that were the best players on on their specific team. But the thing I got to give to UConn is this is a different era. Guys are coming in from all over the place getting paid, so it's not like they're playing with guys that they just straight out recruited. They're handpicking the best players.
And now it's kind of like like free agency, like the NBA, so to speak.
Exactly. So. It's not too far to say like what we used to say about Bama and football and all that. But if I'm hand selecting guys from this school, and
I can afford to pay them, I'm gonna get the best out of that.
Exactly. So I'm it's not too far fetched. I mean, but they they execute their plays.
That's what I'm saying. Like they more coachable than NBA guys. NBA guys, they more coming down iso ball. With that big size in there, with UConn big, like literally, you can be one and done, meaning one shot and that's it. And then they go on the other end running their offense. They got all different type of wrinkles and sets, and they running through them all. There ain't no shortcuts.
Ain't no shortcuts.
None. You either run a system or you sit down next to coach.
So at a UConn and San Diego State, is it a close game?
Well, again. With the bigs, I say they'll cancel each other out.
Yeah. Ladie's having a great year this year.
Yeah, and he can space and shoot the three, face up. He when I seen him play, because I used to train that game on.
Right.
Isaiah and a couple guys, Ladie and another guy that played at Chisholm High School was I think he was working with the girls basketball team, but him and Ladie was roommates. So they used to come to game on and play just to find pickup. This one, Ladie he wasn't a capital Ladie. He was a lowercase Ladie. so they came to game on and they played. I asked them if they want to play against Isaiah and another cat, and they was like, yeah. And Isaiah and them beat them. So I was like, dang, this dude at TCU. I was like, and he was still yoked. So I'm like,
he's always been big like that. Yeah,
so he transferred, and I didn't know where he was because, again, no disrespect, I didn't think he was that. You know what I'm saying? So he went to San Diego, played for a coach that developed him and put him in a different role, and he flourished. So then the first time I seen him was in the NCAA tournament. I told wife, I said, man, that's dude that played 2-on-2 against Isaiah now.
Yep.
And he shredded everybody.
Yep.
So then, boom, come back this year. Same thing. Now he all capped Ladie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He a big boy now. You know what I'm saying? He almost had a triple-double.
He averaging 21.
Yeah, so but the scary thing is he can sneak and get a two-way.
Oh, yeah. It just physically. He would physically dominate the G League.
Bingo. Yeah.
I tell people, when they say, "Oh, so and so's doing this in the G League and so in this G League," I mean, they don't look at the bigger picture. If you look at G League guys, there's something wrong with every single one of them.
Yeah.
Whether it's size, whether it's strength,
or you won't be there. You wouldn't be there.
Oh, you won't be there.
Yeah.
It's something they're trying to see that you just haven't proved yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys going to G League like, I gotta go get buckets. We don't need you to go get buckets.
Because when you get to up to the NBA, you might not even play.
Right.
So I'll be telling cats all the time, yeah, it's cool to score points, but you gotta learn how to be organized and play through the system, because if you ain't playing through the system in the NBA, they already paying guys $200-300. So if you can't get in the system, guess what? You ain't even on the team.
Ain't no point.
So if you're not a system guy coming in, you're finished.
Yep.
Because they already counting you as just a body until you prove yourself more or different. But they already got guys scoring and taking all the assists and dribbling the whole air out the ball.
Yeah,
so you come there just trying to ISO, man, you're gonna be one and done.
Yep. That's where a lot of guys. There's a guy. I remember he was a point guard. He played at LSU. His name was Josh Gray. Man, just torched the G League. It was torching it every game.
People was like scratching their head, like, why you didn't get a call up?
Night in and night out. But the problem was on the when he would move up, that wasn't his job anymore. His job wasn't to be on the ball the whole game.
Right, you're a role player.
And a lot of people can't make that adjustment.
Then that's what I say. A lot of cats from college, the younger cats, they really can't translate the NBA style until they turn 23. Why not just get you a guy in the draft that's 23 already, so they come in already, you know what I'm saying, ready to rock and roll? You make the investment on 23-year-olds instead of 18, 19.
Yeah.
That way, you know what I'm saying, you get more out of your money and investment than having to re-up to 19 3 years later.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, again, it's two sides of a coin, so. But again, a lot of G League guys don't get it. That's why they be there 10 years, because they think they chasing the call up instead of trying to, finesse or get the G League game down so that you can get a decent call up and maybe get a two-way.
Right. It's kind of like you get stuck in the moment.
Just your teammates is you against me. Mm-hmm. Like even though we teammates, when I go out there, we both chasing the same thing. So we both undisciplined to a certain extent, because we both trying to make it to the league. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to play with a guy that's, that's trying to get their first call up too.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to say about the G League. So when COVID happened, a lot of guys was getting COVID, so there's a lot of spots opening up. That year, I feel like G League players really showed that there isn't much of a gap.
No.
So, and then I remember the NBA talking about guys will get more opportunities and things like that, and then COVID officially was over, and then
a lot of cats was fizzled out and moved around, didn't trust the system, and went overseas, or for all certain other reasons, or why not they not playing, or not, didn't stick in the G League. But like you said, it ain't really no big difference between the G League and NBA players. You know what I'm saying? It's just a discipline or a different situation. Sometimes you get drafted to the wrong team, and they keep you. You know what I mean? And, you might have a two-way or you might just be stuck in the G League, but that don't mean that you're not an NBA player. But it just means that, different situations, present different opportunity for everybody, So I think it's an opportunity that these guys get along with have to be more disciplined in the G League to understand what the NBA is looking for. And don't try to get 30 every night because, again, you scaring them away because they're like, oh, Lord. He going to come up here and put it up.
I think you said something real good. You said, figure out what the NBA team wants. Not enough guys is trying to figure out, okay, what's wrong? What do I need to improve on to get to that next level? It's always kind of the same general thought. I got to go get 30.
I got to get mine, yep. And then, again, on top of that, in the NBA, they kind of babysit, who you're around. In the G League, you can be around whoever you want. So ain't no telling what the off court life feeding you. Oh man, the coach doing it. Why you ain't putting it up more? So that that playing a lot of G League careers too. Just your buddies.
Yep.
Want to see you make it, thinking that you should be in the league already. Chirping in your ear. So you got to live with all that.
Yep. So you said who you got? UConn, San Diego State.
Man, so I'm going with UConn just because, like we was talking about, the more discipline.
Yeah.
Like to just stay in their system, stay within, within their self, and put team first and not individual. And again, I know San Diego been there before, but UConn, it's something about when you put that jersey on. It's like you literally lived all the success that they had through all the decades. So it's bigger than, I'm sorry, San Diego. I know y'all going to play a good game, but at the end of the day, it's bigger than San Diego. They marching for something bigger. They're trying to repeat, along with they still got the same guys. They added a couple guys, new guards that's feisty, they get after it too. So I got UConn beating San Diego.
Yeah, I agree. The reason I agree is this little break that they got, it's like a reset. And then the guys who maybe didn't grasp how big this moment was and all that, you get the opportunity to figure out, oh, like we're here.
Yeah.
This is it. So, teams like UConn, Duke, Houston, Purdue, those are teams that you were hoping you can get out early because now.
Right, because you letting them rest a whole week and they cleaning up little injuries they got. You know what I mean?
Right.
Little twist ankle, little bruised thigh or something.
And there's nobody that's like doesn't understand the severity of the moment. Yep. So I think those teams, they're super hard to beat.
But you got to have a solid coach too, So
yep.
He leading the charge. You can tell he locked in and they just like him, So you move how your coach moves. So I think the head of the snake, pretty much got them locked in and under control, ready to go after the second P.
Who you got out of Illinois and Iowa State?
That's gonna be that's a grown man game right there.
It is,
because both of them is they on the floor after loose balls. They in your face, like they picking up full court. They coming downhill like elbows. This gonna be like literally like you at hood ball, like at the darkest park that cats don't go to unless you know somebody. That's what type of game this gonna be. This guy's just physically just built different. Them grown men like down there, like them two teams. So man, my wife from Illinois, so I'm kind of biased a little bit. I played with T. Shannon, his dad. Shout out to T. Shannon. I played with his dad in Puerto Rico. Me and Tractor Trailer. TCU is home, so that's the Big 12. So I'm kind of biased on both sides. I'll probably have to say I'm gonna go with Iowa State, because it's just they just looked a little bit more confident in their system and how they playing. Illinois, if T. Shannon ain't going, they fried.
Right.
They fried. So, I mean, and again, he been balling, what I'm saying? But him to do it, to carry the team, to keep going. Again, he had to sit out for, he got a little trouble a little bit, but, hopefully he cleared that up. But he got the freshest leg. So if they pull it off, he got to have a hell of a game.
Right.
But he is the freshest ones out of everybody. So, and he planned for something bigger than, just NCAA winning, a game or two. He's still trying to solidify himself in the draft, hopefully get drafted. I don't know which round. Again, I don't talk to none of the draft experts, so I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure he, in his mind, he planned for something bigger than just a win. So I still got Iowa State just because I think they got more weapons than Illinois. That's playing better. Illinois got the weapons, but I think Iowa State weapons, they playing a little better and a little bit more cohesiveness between the guys.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Iowa State, in my opinion, if you just kind of look at the last 10 games, they've been playing so well just in tournament games, in neutral site games, that it's just kind of hard to bet against them. They're a hot team. And so, and Illinois is going to be tough. It's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah, they ain't going to lay down.
But it's just Iowa State done figured out how to win, and it seemed like they figured it out at the right time, and they were really good in the Big 12. But as far as those away games and neutral games is a different monster.
Yeah, it is.
And it seems like they done figured out how to win those games. So I got Iowa State too. I think it's going to be UConn versus Iowa State, and I think that's going to be a good game too. I don't think Iowa State's going to lay down to that either.
Yeah, I like the Big 10 conference and the Big 12. Both of them kind of bang rebound-ish type of deal, but I just think that Iowa State had a tougher road to get to where they at, so they a little bit more battle tested.
Think about like physicality with UConn and Alabama. Who you got out of UConn and Alabama? Because there's some big boys over there at UNC.
Well,
yeah, UNC and Alabama. I'm sorry.
I got North Carolina. Armando, that's like my stepson. I've been knowing him since high school. Little chubby body, I coached him in the top 100. Shout out to Armando. Last year they had a great run. I just think that last year a lot of the guys didn't believe in the system or the team, so it was a lot of ISO ball. And, you had a lot of guards. You had a few guards probably bumping heads because one wanted to be alpha and the other one wanted to be an alpha too, but they didn't understand how to be Batman and Robin.
Right.
So this year with the point guard leading the way, him and Babcock, I think they ready to I got them going to the Final Four, just because, again, they older, battle tested, and the ACC is loaded too. So they've been through it all. And again, they team is built for the long run, They got bigs, when they come in, everybody big, so I got them knocking Alabama off. I think the little guard for Alabama lefty, he gonna have to do a lot.
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna be too much for him. So I'm gonna go with North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm with you on that also. North Carolina got, their season. This isn't their first rodeo from their main star players, and they've been there. There's not a lot of hopping around and shit. They're them two guys. The guard and the big matched up, they're not losing this game. Them two right there, they're not going to allow themselves to lose the game. They're going to take over the game. They're hungry. To me, them two guys are probably the hungriest two guys left in the tournament.
And I got a lot to prove too, just because they had a better team. To be honest, my opinion, 2 years ago they had a better team. With Brady at the 4. Shooting the lights out of it. We wouldn't watch them play here. They had a better team, but again, this a better unit they got. And like you said, the point guard and then big fella, they've been there before, and they playing bigger than ever right now. This is probably the most confident I've seen Babcock since I've been watching them play.
I think probably the game I'm most looking forward to seeing. Surprisingly, because there's going to be some good games, but I'm excited to see Tennessee versus Creighton, because of the play styles and the way that Creighton, they got this logo on their court, on their home court that says "Let It Fly," and they really let that thing go.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see them on the big stage, how they shoot the ball. I know they don't let up, they don't change game plan, they just let it go. So I'm excited to see how they kind of
Who you got?
match up against them in Tennessee. So who I got though?
That's a tough one.
Who I got, honestly, and this is my thing with Creighton as well. It's kind of similar to North Carolina. They had a really good team last year, and the coaches are hungry for it. And it's kind of like they're another team that had a taste and they missed out. So I'm gonna go Creighton on that one.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have that one on the upset.
I like both teams. I seen Tennessee got this JUCO player. Shout out to JUCO. A lot of kids don't want to go JUCO, man. It ain't where you start; it's where you finish. You know, I played 2 years JUCO. It grew me up. So I know a lot of you kids want to go D1, but y'all literally, you know, not ready, you know, mature enough, and I wasn't either. You know, so you know, I went to JUCO, you know, 2 years. So don't feel bad. But Tennessee got a JUCO guy, you know, they got him going, you know, first round draft. So it ain't where you start, it's where you finish. I think I'm gonna go with Creighton too. I just think they well coached. Their coaches is phenomenal, man, and he been around the block too. His son playing NBA. You know, they got some older guys too. A couple transfers. One of them from TCU too. You know, which is crazy. Off the bench. Another cat that we could have used. Like, I'm telling you, it's like when they leave TCU, it's like they turn into a whole butterfly. You know, because they turn straight, they come straight out of that thing flying. So, well, I'm gonna go with Creighton just because I think they more battle tested than Tennessee, even though Tennessee, you know, had a tough year and they play some tough teams. And again, like I said, they got a JUCO kid leading them in scoring, but they need more than just him.
Do you think Gonzaga got a chance? Is it going to be a close game?
This might be. You know what? I do think they got a chance, just because, again, man, Purdue guards scare me. Like, you know, I'm telling you, you're gonna see. But Edie gotta eat.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Every game he gotta eat because he gotta set the tone and he gotta pick up the slack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, them guards ain't gonna show up all the time. But that's why you play 4 out, you know, one in. You know what I'm saying? So when they ain't making them, you can throw it into him and they can, you know, get some easy ones and then they can see the ball go through the hoop and then maybe the threes will fall later. But Edie gotta be a monster down there.
He been a monster so far.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he gonna still get his numbers, and plus, again, like you said before, rest is key for teams with bigs like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If they can rest them bigs and get them healed up a little bit, I think they'd be ready to go even harder due to the fact that you chasing the Final Four. You know, you're a couple games away. So I don't think I think it'll be not a decent game, but I think Purdue will run away at the end, maybe about 5 or 6 minute mark in the second half.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to see Gonzaga having a close game here. And the only reason is because, man, it's height, it's size.
Yeah, just too much.
They got a good team, but they're just not. They're not the Gonzaga even from last year, in my opinion. So
no, but you know, a lot of one thing Edie went back to college for because the pros told him he wasn't a really good passer. You know, really wasn't a good free throw shooter either. So, you know, he skipped Canada. He was supposed to play on the Canada national team. He skipped that 3 years in a row, you know, just to keep working on his game. And you can see it, you know. But now he's a good passer now, so you can't double him now.
Nope.
So that's why they look different now because he stepped his game up. It wasn't really so much the guards. It was just that they was needing him to, you know, to be a NCAA joker. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I got Purdue smashing them, you know.
Yeah, because you can't double now.
No.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. So Houston and Duke, besides Creighton and Tennessee, that one right there,
that's one that's must see TV.
must see.
Yeah, because Houston, they coming, and then Duke, they feeling good about themselves right now just because they was already people wasn't talking about them, so they feel like they got something to prove, and the guards is confident.
Where is that game?
It's
anybody know?
It's here in Dallas.
The game is here in Dallas?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Well, they done messed around.
That home court advantage huge.
Duke gonna have a lot of people, but for them Houston, to put Houston here,
yeah, that's a quick drive.
Come on now.
Yeah. But
Houston arguably has the best guard left in the tournament.
Yeah, 100%. I liked him when he coming off the bench 2 years ago.
He had it's funny because I haven't seen one of these in about 2 years. He did a hop step in the lane.
Crazy. And landed on 2 though.
Hey, I ain't seen one of those.
I ain't never seen one of them and not travel.
Everybody doing the one dribble. Yeah, that's a lost art.
Pound, and then went right back up and jump hooked.
Yep.
That was nice. That let you know that in practice, coach working on footwork stuff, 2 feet.
Yeah, that was
in the paint because that was elite.
It's fun. It's funny something like that was such a big highlight. No dunk, no crossover,
just a split 2 feet jump,
just a hop step. Just a hop step. It's crazy.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna probably go with. I'm gonna go with Duke just because of Houston's health.
Yeah,
their front line.
Yeah,
big fella. He got that tendonitis in his shin, and he didn't play a lot at TCU, and he didn't play a lot against Baylor either, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was their last Big 12 game. He set out a lot, and they had a week to get him right. But you could tell he still ain't the same, because he was touching his head on the rim, on all blocks, rebounds, all that, and he's not there yet. But this week might have helped him. But I need to see him a little different. But I think Duke. They got more pieces, and again they healthy, so I'm gonna ride with Duke.
It's hard for me to go against Duke. I mean, it's Duke, but the problem is, I just believe in this Houston team. I wouldn't go watch them in person, and it's not necessarily their talent. They're dogs.
Yeah,
they ain't scared of nobody. Yeah. They coming at you,
and you scared of them.
And they hold each other accountable on the court. If somebody's not doing their job, somebody's letting them know. And then if he ain't doing his job, somebody on the team is letting him know. Those are little things that I kind of look at when I'm watching these teams. And Houston, man, they're for one cause, and that's to win.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm pretty sure it's probably 50-50 who wins the game. I'm sure a lot of people just chose Duke. I would have chose Duke if I didn't watch Houston in person one game.
Right.
So, but I'm hoping that they can get past the Sweet 16 this year. They've kind of got stuck there the past couple tournaments.
Yeah, they have. And then they got hit with the little injury bug with the big fella.
And if they was
full healthy, I'm picking Houston.
Might be the best team in the country.
But since big fella a little banged up, I'm gonna go with Duke.
Yeah,
just because he ain't gonna be able to stay with Kyler. He gonna be moving around crazy on him.
You think NC State has any type of opportunity versus Marquette?
No, just because, and shout out to Lampkin. That's like nephew to me. I actually told him to come to TCU when he was in high school. I coached against him in the top 100. And then I seen him again at the NCAA tournament showcase in Houston when I coached there. And every time I said, man, you need to come to TCU, man. They'll, get you the ball because I seen him. But I was like, man, you got to lose at least 60. Just to be 100. Like if you want to get up and down in the 12, you got to slim up a little bit. And he actually, he did. He came to TCU, slimmed up. And it's funny. TCU got him right, then he left. You know what I'm saying?
He a winner.
But the reason why I said his name is because NC State got a big fella, kind of like similar to Lampkin game.
Yeah.
And one thing Lampkin had problems with Marquette was, or all they bigs, is that Marquette bigs is stupid athletic. So you jumping off the ground like that to get a rebound?
Ain't gonna work.
they go to the shot clock. So my thing is the athleticism gonna overwhelm NC State.
Yeah, and big fella big, but he
ain't jumping.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
He ain't big enough not to be jumping.
If they say you can't jump and play, I'm picking NC State.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
But since you got to jump, I'm picking Marquette. And they well coached too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach, what I'm saying? Smart. He got them going over there. So I got, what I'm saying? I got Marquette coming out.
Well, I agree. Obviously, I don't think NC State even has the slightest chance.
Snowball chance.
No, I don't think they do at all unless Marquette just doesn't show up. I mean, that could always be the case when you're talking about the NCAA. But if they come ready to play, I just don't see it happening. And honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all, I would personally, this is not necessarily a prediction, but I really want to see, in the championship game. I hope Houston makes the championship game.
That'll be dope for, again, TCU in the 12, so I'll rock the 12, But
right.
That'll be dope for, a Big 12 team to make it to the finals. You still got 2 in, so that still, says a lot about the conference, and hopefully we can get some good recruits coming in these Big 12 for the next years to come.
See, I'm hoping Iowa State plays UConn good, and Houston makes the championship, and they see how well they played, and then they just got the confidence. I just want Sampson to be able to hold that banner with everything he's done in his career.
Especially for the game of basketball.
Man, and he's been true. And not only that is, all these other schools, UConn, Iowa State, Duke, Marquette, Gonzaga, Purdue, all these schools are schools that's been good. And he had to build that program up. And a lot of people don't know.
They've seen success.
Right. He had to get a new stadium. They had to redo everything for him. And it wasn't
before
like,
he even came, right.
Exactly.
And I respect that because he knew what he was bringing.
Right.
And he wanted to feel like the school was behind his vision.
Yeah.
And they painted a picture and they drew it out for him and made it happen.
Yeah.
And now look.
And it's hard to do. And he not talking about leaving or nothing like that. He built a program. He had a vision. He built it. So for me, it's, he had a lot of close opportunities in Oklahoma and stuff like that. But I just feel like he's overdue. He needs one.
Yeah. It'd be good to see him win one for sure just because all the accolades he already touched.
Right. He always gets snubbed for Coach of the Year. Yeah. So hoping he gets a championship just to kind of make up for all that. So that's kind of my thing, and I think it'll be a good game. I want to see UConn versus Houston. I wouldn't be mad if I saw North Carolina in the championship game as well, but that's what I would. If I had a perfect championship game, it would be UConn versus Houston.
Yeah, that'll be. We got to get a big in there.
Yeah.
UConn big. Oh my God, that'll be a slaughterhouse.
And North Carolina big is tough too, though.
Yeah.
But you're right about that. Definitely right about that. And I don't know why. I just don't. When it comes to Purdue, I don't know why, but maybe it's just because it's Purdue. Maybe it's the name. I don't know what it is, but what I do know is I was never gonna put them to win my championship. I don't care how many games.
My high school AD, he graduated. He diehard Purdue fan. Greg Humnicky.
When's the last time he won a championship?
Oh man, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. I got a teammate from high school went there too, Jerron Cornell, fresh off my high school state team.
Could you imagine Purdue wins the national? It don't even roll off my tongue right. I can't even finish it.
Right, what you say, it don't even sound right. Purdue Boilermakers winning it all.
Yeah, this is
shout out to Big Dog Glenn Robinson. But yeah, man, we want to thank you guys for joining us, the Two Frogs in a Microphone podcast, first episode. Stay tuned with us. We'll be back on here soon. So we appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys for having us, man. It was wonderful. First episode in the books. Look forward to having some more episodes and enjoying this journey with you.